So this is what you're sharing with the behavior. You. That's what they're seeing in their screen.
Okay. And just roll the wheel there to advance it up. Scroll.
Yeah, very complex.
So I'm waiting for Scott. He's the only other member we have.
Yeah, I think he said he was joining via Zoom.
Oh.
So
Okay.
he should be able to enter with the password, but let me just go get my computer and read the email here.
Thank you.
What?
Mhm.
Hi, this is Scott.
Hi, Scott.
Hi, Richard.
Can you see me?
Um,
Not yet, huh?
no, not yet. Let me get my gallery set up better.
Do you see the bylaws up on the screen?
I see those.
Okay.
All right, I see the room.
I think I can just do this here. I gotta find out if.
Great.
is
Scott,
it-
are you able to see the screen that's sharing that?
yes,
Okay, perfect. And then when you're done, Richard, you can
Okay.
just press that red button that says stop share.
Shouldn't the room be up there too? They used to have two squares up there.
Because you have one participant joining, it's just going into participant mode so that it's like you can see Scott.
Oh, I see, but
Yeah.
when it comes up on YouTube, it'll have both of them?
No, it'll just have Scott and you. I can change it to gallery view if you want, but it's probably just easier to do it this way so that you're using this.
Well, last time I was able to see the room, plus I saw Darius. In the other meeting.
Yeah, so it should. Maybe because we're showing the ground. There you go.
Oh, okay.
All right. Yeah. And like I said, if you need to stop sharing the bylaws, you can just press stop share.
Okay. Are we recording already?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
All this preview stuff.
Do you want to humor for a copy?
Thank you, please. Yeah, what you said, the almond, right?
Yeah.
The one without sugar, great, thank you. Morning, Scott.
good morning.
They tell us we're recording, so I guess we can go. Let me just check this, okay. So, call to order. Bylaws Committee of the City of Binghamton Commission for Conservation of the Environment, CCE, Wednesday, August 14th, 2024. 10 a.m.-ish, work session room, clerk's office, City Hall. And the first order of business is to call the roll. Scott Loeffler,
Here,
here. Richard Genaccio, here. Those are the two members, 100%. Thank you, Sam. Two members of the commission And the first order of business, this is our first meeting. So we have to elect officers, chair, vice chair, and secretary. Nominations,
Well, there's two of us, so let's just figure you're the chair. And I'll serve however you want me to.
okay.
Secretary, maybe?
Secretary and vice chair in case I'm absent, we might have other members later on,
Okay, that's fine.
okay? So you'd have to nominate me to be chair and then we'll go through the procedure.
I'll make that nomination.
Second, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None, okay. There's nobody left. Vice chair, I nominate Scott Loffer.
I'll second it.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None. Unanimous for both. Okay, secretary, I nominate Scott Loffer.
I'll second it.
And all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None.
A question on the secretary role, if I could. Is there a template or an expectation you can share with me?
Yeah, secretary is to record the minutes. It's just what's explained in the bylaws itself. Sometimes also correspondence.
I should look at the bylaws on that. I'm doing that. What, I got them printed out. What section would that be?
Let's see. Should be under meetings probably, right? No, I guess it's,
No. Under minutes, it just says, yeah, minutes shall be recorded by the secretary or designee at each meeting and emailed to the commission members no later than 1 week prior to the regular meeting, the next regular meeting.
yeah,
So,
I think that's got to be changed because they said the open meetings law states that it's not due 1 week before the next meeting, but actually 2 weeks after the actual meeting.
okay,
We'll have to update that. I think I've updated it on here already. So you might have an older draft in front of you.
I probably do. I have what was commented on by the council. That's based on an older draft. Okay.
Yeah, maybe the changes weren't made in your copy yet. But so, okay, so we'll go through that. And if you need like guidelines, you can always refer to Robert's rules. They have sample minutes in there, for example. Basically, you got to have the attendance in there, the important stuff that transpired at the meetings, any motions that were made, any votes that were taken, and the results. And any other comments that you think were important as far as like new business or whatever.
All right. That's fine.
Okay, it doesn't have to be long. Like, so for example, with bylaws, it would probably be any proposed changes that came about or anything that we approved to be forwarded to the full commission, things like that.
So this will be due 2 weeks from today.
Yeah, and it gets submitted to the members of the committee, but most important to get it to the clerk's office because it gets posted online. And you can, you mark it as a draft, Scott, because it gets approved at the following minutes and then it becomes the approved minutes,
Right.
right? And then
Right.
also you should sign your name either on top or at the bottom, just put, prepared by Scott Secretary, Scott Loffer Secretary. So
Right.
in the event that you're absent and somebody else does it, they'll have a different name on it. We'll know who did the minutes.
Okay,
Okay?
I'm taking notes already.
All right. So we've completed the election and we can now go on to public comment, but there's nobody here, so motion to close public comment.
I move such.
Second, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, so you'll be making the motions for now because nobody else is here, Scott, all right? So
Okay.
the next thing on the agenda is to review, update, and discuss the commission bylaws. And we have them up on the screen. It's about 7 pages long. Just scroll through real quickly, and I put some notes at the end because there are some things that needed to be done by city council and other things that may still be done
Right.
by city council, so I made notes about that.
I do have that version.
You
on
do?
my-
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't print it, but I have it.
Okay, so that's the most up-to-date one. I think it was either the end of May or early June. Because we started off in April with the first draft at the first meeting, April 11th. Should we read through all of it, or is it not necessary?
I don't think it's necessary.
Okay. The first the first footnote there where it says number 1 in parentheses in red,
Right.
that has to do with the discussion that came up early when we had our first meeting. If you recall, Luke said, this is the meeting of the Commission for Conservation of the Environment. Then he said, for now, because we had already discussed possibly changing the name to be more descriptive of which actually is already in the description in the city charter, which goes beyond conservation, but also mentions preservation of the environment. So if there's a change in the name, then all those areas where we have number 1 will have to be changed. But for now, we still have the City of Binghamton Commission for Conservation of the Environment. And that would have to be approved by the city council for changing the name. So now we can go down and let's see. Okay, there has been one resolution ordinance passed by city council since this last draft was prepared, which also has input from Corporation Council. And as you notice in Article 1, there's reference to the city charter. Article 11, Section 18-56 through 18-63 of the city charter.
I see that.
See that second paragraph of Article 1. And
Yes.
first paragraph of Article 1 says City Resolution Ordinance number 95-72 of 1972.
Right.
So the first thing, I think I was able to find the city charter, but I couldn't find the city resolution ordinance. So I think what we need to do is to request a copy of that, maybe from the city clerk, or tell us how we can find it so we can double check it and make sure that everything is consistent with that. Is that,
All right, let me make sure I get this. So we want to ask the city clerk for a copy of the city resolution ordinance number 9572.
yes. Can I have a motion to make that request?
I make that move or that motion.
Second, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
And then what happened was, with the city council, they approved a resolution which went into effect on July 20th of 2024. And that, resolution ordinance, I think it was titled. I need to get the number of that to cite in here, but what that does is it gives us the ability to, the commission, the ability to approve members of the public for membership on committees, not on the full commission, but on committees of the commission. And that was a permission that was granted to us by this new law. So we need to be able to cite that law in the text here. Where is it? It's in the committee section. Let me scroll down. Committee membership. Task force committee membership is open to all commission members and interested non-members, subject to appointment by the commission chairperson. I believe in the law, it doesn't say commission chairperson, but it just says that they are brought to the attention of the commission and chairperson, and then the full commission votes on them to become part of a committee. But whatever the case may be, we need a motion to request the citation for that law, and also our intention to make it consistent with whatever the law says, in case there is a discrepancy there in the wording.
So I'm trying to find the reference here
Okay,
in
section
the Article 2 membership.
where it says section 7 of Article 4.
Oh,
Section 7 of Article 4, because this only pertains to the committees, Scott. It only pertains to
okay.
the city council, effective July 20th. They voted on it beforehand, but it had to go through a certain period before it became effective. Became effective July 20th, allowing the commission to approve members of the public to be members of committees, not of the commission, but of committees. And to do that, we have a procedure outlined here where they would demonstrate interest, and then they could be nominated and brought to the attention of the chair, and then voted on by the full commission, I think, not just by the chairperson, I believe, but whatever the case may be, we want to reference the law here by numbered, like we did with the other laws on top, and make it consistent, make the wording consistent with whatever was passed by the city council.
Okay, so that we would put a reference for the city council's new law in this section 7.
Yes, of Article 4.
Okay, I'll make that motion to obtain what the actual law number is from city council.
Right, and the text, so we can make it consistent with the text.
With text.
Bylaws. So we know that it's in agreement with the bylaws and make the changes if necessary.
So the motion is to obtain the city law allowing the commission to appoint committee members. Its number and its text.
Yes,
That's my motion.
and then also our intention to make the text of the bylaws consistent with the law that was passed.
Well, which is covered, isn't it? We added to the section 7 here.
Okay. I second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None. Let's see what else is there. Corporation Counsel made a comment about the ex officio members. And if you notice, this we're talking about section 1B, non-voting members. And so I think to comply with the request by Corporation Counsel, but of course they're going to be reviewing the final draft anyway. What we need to do is to add in that first sentence there where it says shall be non-voting ex officio members of the commission designated by city council. Add those words in. This way it'll be clear that we are not empowered to nominate or appoint ex officio members, but city council does that for us.
So we're adding just the clause. How do you want to say it? Approved by city council?
No, not approved, designated by city council.
Designated, sorry. Okay.
Just to make it clear and to comply with the clarification that was requested by city council in the notes. You have the one with the notes, right? Scott?
I have, you mean this council's comments or?
Yes, yes.
I have that as well as the one you're showing on the screen.
Okay, yeah. So what I was saying just now is he made a notation there that the city council is the one that that appoints the ex officio members. And just to clarify that in the bylaws, I just wanted to suggest that we add those words on top. Even though it says it on the last one, but just to make sure that it applies to the whole list there.
Okay.
So we're going to be saying shall be non-voting ex officio members of the commission designated by city council. So we need
I'll
a
make that motion.
motion to make that change. Second, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, none, unanimous. Article 3.
I'm there.
Let's see. It says it's under section 3 where it says notice.
Yes.
It says posted on the city website approximately 1 week prior to a regular meeting. But we've been told it was 72 hours. So I just want to get a clarification whether that should be 1 week or 72 hours. And I think we have to inquire about that. So I just want to motion that we make an inquiry into that to make sure that we're consistent with the open meetings law. I believe it was 72 hours, but in the original draft here, we had approximately 1 week, which I mean, that includes 72 hours, but it's less specific.
Yeah, I think we've been operating under the 72-hour understanding so far.
Yeah, so we might want to make that change or, find out if that's the case and have it precise if that's the case.
All right, so that's an inquiry to the city clerk. Would that be?
Yeah, I think so. City clerk or corporation counsel, but I think the city clerk will handle it, but she's the
Now,
one.
a procedure question on that. I mean, doesn't Sam want us to pass those things by her first and she'll act as a go-between,
What was that?
you know? Well, whenever we have to contact the city clerk or anyone in city government, I thought Sam wanted to be the go-between on that.
Yes, we submit to the city clerk within 72 hours of the meeting.
But in order, I mean, anything that I'm gonna be inquiring or notifying about, I'll send to Sam. Is that the way we want to do it?
I think Sam would be the one, or Sarah, the city clerk's office, but Sam has been the principal person, but either one of them can handle it.
Either one, all right.
Let's just say city clerk's office.
City clerk's office, okay.
Because sometimes one is not here, so the other one will do it. Okay, so yeah,
So we're gonna
we just need
confirm that the change should be to 72 hours.
right, exactly. Motion for that,
I so move.
second, all in favor, aye,
Aye.
opposed, none. Okay, sections by the commission. Now, well, going back to section 1 composition, under B, at this point, we have found through experience that the only ex officio member that has attended meetings has been Hadassah Medevetsky from the city council. And the other agencies have not sent their representatives. And I think we have people named for Parks and Recreation. We have people named for, I believe, Public Works and Parks, and I said Parks and Recreation, Public Works, and maybe the Planning Commission, I'm not sure, I think. But anyway, and the other ones we don't have. So I was wondering if we should add a section C to that, given that experience, that to be something along the lines of whether or not other departments and city council are represented by ex officio members, the commission shall invite representatives to attend meetings when deemed useful. In other words, they don't have to be necessarily have ex officio members, and in some cases we don't have them for all the departments. But still, if the need arises, we should make a notation that we should invite representatives to come to our meetings.
So that
yeah.
could either be a separate number, letter or C, or added to what's in there for B, right?
Yeah, well, B has to do with the ex officio members. So C, it would still be under composition, but they wouldn't be ex officio members, they would just be guests. You see, so they're not non-voting members.
Oh,
So-
they would be guests.
Yeah, it wouldn't be non-voting members, which is B. A is voting members, B is non-voting members, C would be guests, department heads, and council.
All right, will this require action by council to add?
No, I don't think so, because we're just inviting guests. It's just a kind of a reminder in the bylaws, because, you know, next year, there'll be new members. In a couple of years from now, there'll be a whole new set of people, and just to have it in there as a procedure.
So let's hammer out the wording one more time if we could. Do you have that you can share?
Okay, so we're gonna have a new heading. Guests. C, guests, colon, right?
Okay,
Whether or not represented by ex officio members, city government departments, commissions. I'm sorry, city council members, city government departments, commissions, etc. shall be invited to attend meetings as deemed useful by the commission or its committees.
to meetings in general.
If we are addressing a topic that their involvement is deemed useful, then we would invite them to that particular meeting, in other words.
We don't have to separate it out between committee meetings versus a commission meeting, then, you know, just we'll cover both with meetings. Is that fair?
Okay, yeah.
All right, this is what I have. I tried to maybe simplify it a little bit. So add another section C, guest, whether or not represented by ex officio members, city staff shall be invited to meetings where they are deemed useful. I put the word staff in there to try to cover a wide range of.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Okay. I make that motion.
Okay, second.
All
Well,
right,
aye. Opposed, none. And at the very bottom, I've already done this on mine, but I just caught it this morning, actually, when I was reading this over. Where it says amendments to the bylaws shall require a 2/3 vote of all voting commission members. And then we have the final sign off here with the date. And then we have this repeated again. So this doesn't belong there, just to delete that. Okay, and the rest of the stuff with the red, those are just notes. So let's go over them. Change of name, we addressed that issue. The ex officio members, we addressed that. Oh, absences. Now, this is one where the corporation council liked what we proposed in the bylaws, but he was wondering if the city council may choose to have a uniform rule for all similar bodies. As far as I know, no such rule has been passed, but we should check with them to make sure that they haven't made any changes or anticipate any changes, and just to let us know so that we can make our bylaws consistent with whatever new rules are passed or ordinances.
All
And,
right, I'm trying to get my place.
okay,
I must have moved my. Oh, yeah, I see the comment by this council here. And,
did you see that? Yeah, so this has to do with section 2
right,
of Article 3, where it says absences. And if you read in your notes there that the Corporation Council gave to us, he said he liked this section, but he was suggesting that city council may want to have a uniform absentee and attendance requirement and absentee limits for all commissions. And as far as I know, none has been done.
right.
Maybe it has, but anyway, the motion would be to check with city council and see that what we have here is consistent with anything they may have done since we last looked at this.
Okay,
And I assume we can do that also through the clerk's office.
so that's just making sure we're,
A motion to inquire, there's another inquiry to the clerk's office that our section 2 of Article 2, section 2 is consistent with current with the current charter or laws of the city.
okay, you want to say charter or laws? You want both in there?
Yeah, I don't know how they would,
All right,
I don't know how they would do it, but you know, as long as soon as if they ever make a change, we'll have to just change our bylaws then, but if not, we just leave it the way it is for now. Because that's what the Corporation Council just suggested, that they might want to do this for other commissions, but if they do it in a slightly different way, we may have to reword this to be consistent with whatever they decide.
okay, so the motion is to inquire that our change here for absences is consistent with the current charter or laws of the city.
Yes, exactly.
I make that motion.
Second. Aye. All in
Aye.
favor, aye. Okay. And that's about all I have. How about you, Scott? Did you have any change?
Well, back under the Article 1 purpose, I'm trying to reconcile. I had suggested slight modification. I think it's covered. I think Article 1,
Yeah,
paragraph
it was number
12.
5, right? 12? Okay. I thought it was 5.
I'm not sure. It had to do with whether we had responsibility for making plans. I don't know if you remember, that was you, me,
Yeah,
and
number
Luke.
5. Number 5.
Okay, thank you. That's game. Yes, okay. What's there is investigating, recommending, and or preparing long-term work plans for the protection and management of the city's natural resources. And I
Yeah, I think what
thought we were going to take out any responsibility for making plans in some way. I'm trying to find that discussion. Sorry. I'm looking for it. It was a while back. Oh, I know why. This was before I changed my email address. So yeah, this goes back a ways. I'll find it.
Now you got a longer list to go through because it's got all your other emails in there, right?
Well, I'm close. I see.
It was probably in May or June, May or early June, I would think.
Yeah. Okay. I had suggested making it changing the preparing, okay, to investigating, recommending long-term work plans. I wasn't sure we should take on the responsibility of preparing. Let's see, Luke comes back.
I think we added recommending after that, right? Wasn't it originally something else? It was changed.
Yeah, recommending wasn't in there. What was originally was preparing long-term work plans for the protection and management of city's natural resources. So we did add
So I think what we did,
investigating and recommending.
I think what we did was we combined the two and put an and or in there.
Okay, I guess we covered that. Sorry for my
No, it's
around here, but
it's been a long time.
yeah,
Totally.
that was the one thing I really tried to add to that. So it's covered. I'm fine.
Okay. So that being the case, I think that we're pretty much, except we have to make those checks, but otherwise, once we do that, we can give a report to the commission tomorrow about what went on at our meeting today. And we may have a few changes or not, depending on what answers we get back from the inquiries that we make. But otherwise, and then any other member, of course, that's on the commission, they can also suggest changes still. And then, but I think we're getting to the point where we can finalize these bylaws. We're moving along at least. And
well, if you want, I'll try to have the draft minutes sent to the commission tomorrow before we send it to the city clerk. If that's going to be part of a discussion in the commission meeting.
If you want to do it, it's fine, but it's not required.
I'll do my best.
Okay.
I mean, it's better if I do it while it's fresh in my mind.
That's true. Sometimes it's easier to do it while it's fresh in your mind.
Yeah.
Wait the 2 weeks, but then you'll have it over with. But
so that could serve as a quasi report
Yes,
you want.
kind of, yeah, at least as a reference.
All right. I'll try to get that and then send it out. And then it's on the agenda already, or do we have to add that for tomorrow?
No, tomorrow's meeting includes a report from the bylaws committee.
It is on the agenda. Okay, good.
That's one of the reasons when I saw that agenda is one of the reasons I wanted to have a meeting before the commission.
Okay.
We would have something to report on. And that, so new business, I mean, new business would be just to move this along now and give our report tomorrow to the commission. Make the inquiries that we said we were gonna make today. Wait for the results, make any final changes, get any final input from other commission members. And then hopefully, when all of that is done, we'll have a final draft to submit to the commission for approval. Which would be I'm hoping, yeah, probably the next meeting after tomorrow.
All right.
Sound good?
Yep. All
Okay.
right.
So that's so we can, any other new business? That just about covers it, I think, unless you have something else to add, Scott.
I think that covers it for now. I mean, we'll find out tomorrow if recommendations from the commission add to what we have, right?
Yes, and as far as future meetings, we can discuss that later as well as we need to. Because we can't have we don't want to have a meeting until we get all the responses back that we're requesting.
All right,
Right?
so future meeting will TBD.
Hi, Hadassah.
Hi,
That's fine.
let me step outside.
That was dead.
So
That was dead.
so we're towards the end of the meeting, Hadassah, and it's time for now comments from the members. Scott, do you have any comments?
I don't know what you heard, Adasa, or what you need to hear, but we're gonna be reporting to the commission tomorrow. More or less a draft of what our discussion was today, and you'll be there?
Yes, I believe I have secured childcare to attend tomorrow. So I intend to be there.
Okay, great.
Yeah, and I sent some thoughts to Chairman Day. I wasn't sure who was the chair for the bylaws committee. So is that
No,
you,
that's
Scott?
That's Richard.
Richard. Okay. So I'll forward him my email as well.
Okay, and one of the things that we discussed that involved the city council was we wanted to have a copy of the law that was recent or change that was recently passed that went into effect July 20th to allow the commission to add members to committee from the public. So that we could make sure that the wording in here is consistent with whatever was passed. And also cite the number of the law like we did with the charter.
Yeah, I would guess that the clerks would be the fastest to be able to give you that.
That's what we thought, right? Thanks. And
Yeah, we'll go through the clerk for every thing we have here.
Thank you. Who else is on this call? Is it the two of you?
Just the two of us, yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
just Scott and I are on the committee right now. If you want to be an ex officio member of this committee, you're welcome.
I'll forward you both what I sent, Councilman Day this morning, or
Okay.
Chairman Day, sorry.
Okay,
Okay,
okay, and then
sounds good. Thank you.
we'll have a summary tomorrow at the meeting as well. And I don't know when the YouTube version of this will go up, but it's being recorded. And
Great.
Scott is gonna try to have some minutes ready by tomorrow, if possible.
Thank you. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yep.
See you tomorrow.
So,
Bye.
I guess now we need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Second, all in favor?
Okay.
I
Aye.
oppose, none. Thank you very much. See you all tomorrow at the. full-
Okay, see you tomorrow.
Okay. Hadassah